All right, welcome back to Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 117. Today on the show, Israel and Hamas are still going at it, and Nikki Haley gives some horrible advice regarding refugees. Then in Cringe of the Week, we go over some racist clips and decide if they're actually racist or not. Then a mom teaches her daughter how to brandish a weapon while looting in this week's Urban Decay. And last but not least, is RFK our guy? Hint, no he's not. All this and more, it's Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 117, ranked the best new podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Fleccas Talks, the podcast, featuring Richard Grab.
All right, one for one on the intro, as always. Guys, this week's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Public Square. Now, if you're like me, you don't want to spend money on companies that hate your guts and want to subvert your children. Don't you wish there was an app that listed companies from across the country that share your America First and patriotic values? Well, what if I told you there is? It's called Public Square. Public Square is an app that lists all of the companies in your area and across the country that share your America First values, so you can be more deliberate with your dollar. We all saw how effective the Bud Light boycott was, and now with the resources provided by the Public Square app, we can find a better place to spend our dollars instead. Whether you're looking for a new coffee spot, somewhere to buy clothes, or a restaurant to go to that won't give you a lecture about politics, Public Square is your resource. Download the app by going to publicsq.com and join the millions of other patriots who have started this movement. You can join as a consumer or you can upload your business as well. Public Square also offers discounts, so make sure you download the app today. publicsq.com is the website. Go there and tell them Fleccas sent you. All right, let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to Public Square for sponsoring.
Thank you, Public Square.
Very nice, Public Square. We love Public Square. All right, we have a lot of stuff to get to. Israel and Hamas obviously still going at it, and the rhinos are continuing to rhino. I want to focus this week on Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley. Nikki, not a fan of the show.
No, not a watcher, for sure.
Not a watcher, not a fan of mine, so I don't feel bad saying what we're going to say. But I am not a huge fan of hers, and I think she's obviously a rhino, and we have some clips to show. Let's play the first one.
I have been concerned. I have been terribly worried about the fact that Iran has said the easiest way to get into America is through the southern border. We have an open border. People are coming through. They're not being vetted. We don't need to wait for another 9/11. You also look at the fact that, Kristen, America is incredibly distracted and incredibly divided. And when America's distracted, the world is less safe. And look at what happened to Israel. They waited for them to be distracted. And that's when your enemies move in. America needs to wake up. We need to put this negativity and division behind us, and we need to focus on national security for ourselves and for our friends, and start thinking about what it's going to take to get America strong again.
So that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, nothing really wrong with that. No alarm bells going off like crazy. Southern border, I agree. Nikki.
Yeah, southern border is a huge vulnerability. That's where a lot of bad people who want to do bad stuff come across.
We've been harping on that for months.
Of course. And obviously in the Israel-Hamas conflict, there's going to be a lot of Palestinians that are going to be displaced.
Yeah.
And Egypt has also already came out and said, we're not taking any Palestinians. It's too hard to vet these people. There's too many terrorists.
Egypt's full.
Yeah.
What is Egypt? That's white supremacists?
It might be some white supremacist rhetoric. Egypt has standards.
Yeah.
The whole country is people who are cab drivers that try to take you to the pyramids.
Yeah, 700. And then you go, no, too much. And they go, okay, 200.
So exactly.
They try to scalp you.
So they have standards. They don't want to bring people in unvetted. But us, on the other hand, I guess we're the ones who are supposed to do it.
Yeah, we're not a country. We're just an economic zone, and we need bodies.
Yeah, we need more people here.
Yeah.
That's what the rhinos keep saying. And obviously with Hamas and a lot of the Palestinians, there's a lot of anti-West sentiment in that group.
Of course.
And then also, I've noticed the rhinos were kind of using the anti-West sentiment as like justification for the dead civilians. A lot of times they're like, well, they're civilians, they died, but they're supporters of Hamas, or they're Hamas adjacent, or they allow Hamas to exist. So they're kind of bad and allowed.
Guilty by association, whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. Guilty by association. So if that's the case, we shouldn't be bringing these people here, right?
Duh, yeah.
Well, let's see what Nikki Haley says about that.
What was your response when you heard what Governor DeSantis said?
I dealt with this every day for 2 years. And, what I can tell you is you have to realize that whether we're talking about Gazans and Palestinians, all of them don't. You've got half of them at the time that I was there didn't want to be under Hamas's rule. They didn't want to have terrorists overseeing them. They knew that they were living a terrible life because of Hamas. You had the other half that supported Hamas and wanted to be a part of that. We see that with Iran too. The Iranian people don't want to be under that Iranian regime. They don't. We saw what happened to Masa Amini. We saw how they treat them. There are so many of these people who want to be free from this terrorist rule. They want to be free from all of that. And America's always been sympathetic to the fact that you can separate civilians from terrorists. And that's what we have to do.
That's what we have to do.
We have to. She said from Kiowa Island, which has like the most expensive golf courses in America. Nicest place ever. Let's bring in just 1 million terrorist-adjacent brown people
that we can't fully vet. We just got to bring them over really, really fast.
Hey, let's gamble on it.
Yeah.
Let's just risk it. Well, America's always been able to separate the terrorists from the regular people who just want to be Americans. They love freedom.
Yeah, it'll be fine, right?
Yeah. Nope, terrorist that time. Nope.
Yeah, it's a coin flip. So Nikki Haley is obviously a lightweight. She's a dimwit. And in unrelated news, Iran raised their black flag of death.
A black flag is raised over Imam Reza Shrine in Iran for the first time in history. Symbolism in Islamic tradition, historic tradition. When the black flags come from Khorasan, Persia/Central Asia, go to them, even if you have to crawl on snow. Among them is the Caliph of Allah, the Mahdi.
Great.
So what, the people crawl over glass to come home and start a, fatwa or some shit?
Yeah.
What do we got? What other new words that Ben Shapiro pronounces exactly correctly do I have to learn now? Because we're in some sort of blood feud again.
We're in a blood feud again, and that black flag, I think, has never been raised before.
Oh, great.
So, good news.
Yeah.
And here's what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan, ever since that flag went up.
Yeah.
Michigan, Michigan. Wow, look at all the people. Not a lot of American flags there.
No, zero. Exactly zero. Nice. Enjoy. Gretchen Whitmer welcomes you.
Yeah.
Nikki Haley welcomes you from Kiowa.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. We have a lot of people that need to come here that are also mad at the West and against Israel, and now we need to bring them here as refugees, and we'll figure out who's who after.
Yeah.
And here's who we already have here. Okay, looks good. Joe Biden also took a trip to Israel this week. Here's what he said with Netanyahu.
Taking too much time, but the point is this, that I was deeply saddened and outraged by the explosion at the hospital in Gaza yesterday. And based on what I've seen, it appears as though it was done by the other team, not you. But there's a lot of people out there not sure. So we've got to overcome a lot of things. And it also means encouraging life-saving capacity to help the Palestinians who are innocent.
So Joe Biden's basically falling asleep.
You think with note cards he'd deliver a message.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is read. That's worse than you.
That's way worse than me.
Sleepy, losing it.
You think someone on the
Netanyahu just has to deal with it. It's like a whore waiting for you to get your wallet out. Like, oh, yes, blah, blah, blah. It's like break off the hundreds. Okay.
Yeah. You'd think someone on the Biden team would be like, hey, do you want to take like a 20 milligram Adderall and a White Monster before you go on?
Yeah. You want to get juiced a little, Joe? Like, there are going to be cameras there.
Yeah.
You know, and he can hide for 20 other hours of the day, but get juiced up when you need to.
Yeah, exactly. And Joe Biden called the attack in Israel, the terrorist attack from last week, equivalent to 15 9/11s.
Wow. Well, let's do some quick math. They said 1,000 people died. How many people died on 9/11?
2000s, 3,000.
High 2000s, right? Yeah. Okay. So
it makes no sense.
Wrong. Just wrong.
And similar to 9/11, my view on 9/11 is our government knew something was coming, and then they either were involved in it or allowed it to happen at the best. At the best, they allowed it to happen. And that's kind of what I think happened in Israel as well. There was intelligence. People knew something was coming. Something happened. Very bad thing. There's a terrorist attack. People died. And then there were 6 hours of no response.
Yeah.
And I say that to people, and then I'm getting people who are like, this is so insensitive. You're a monster. You don't care about dead kids, which is weird because we get pretty much every take correct. And then the one we get wrong is murdering children. Now that we're fine with that.
Yeah.
That's murdering children. Okay. Everything else we get, we get right, except for murdering children.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the energy everyone's trying to hit us with. You can't have an opinion on this. My view of the Israeli government is the same view I have for the American government.
Yeah.
Where I don't fully trust it, and I think there's a deep state involved that you can't really talk about, but I guess that's not like a normal opinion. Also, during this meeting, Biden's face was falling off because the mask attached on the chin wasn't fully attached.
He's got a 2-piece chin, 2 schlopper. I don't even know what to call this.
The mask attaches like this, and it get hooks. And then the hooks came up.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's what happened there. But yeah, you're not allowed to say that you thought, the Israeli government had some intel and maybe let something happen. You're not allowed to say that, even though I say that about my own government.
Yeah.
But Israel, that's where the line is.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Speaking of Israel, the child spokesperson for the Maxine in Israel died.
Yeah, little boy.
Very sad.
Israel's 8-year-old showcase child for COVID Maxine dies of Bardaback.
Heart attack.
Yeah, that's a pretty shocking one. 8-year-old boy used as a showcase child has died following a BART attack and subsequently drowning while taking a bath. So he had to grab her and fell asleep in the bathtub.
Horrible.
Rushed to a hospital in serious condition, but yeah, he's dead.
That's very sad.
Young. That's young for a heart attack, isn't it?
8 years old?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that until recently.
So that's kind of like a new normal thing that we're learning to deal with, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, speaking of Maxines, RFK.
Yeah, what about him?
People think RFK is our guy because he's very much against the Maxine, which is great. We probably agree with him on that. But we
One
can't,
position.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Can't forget, he's still a shitty fucking Hollywood liberal.
Of course, he's married to like Cheryl from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, they go to the dinner parties. They're welcome at the dinner parties.
Didn't she have some sort of dinner party where she required everyone to have the vaccine?
Yeah.
And he was just like, okay, honey, I guess you win this one.
Yeah. So there was like a second where some of the moms that were maybe former Trump supporters were kind of like into it. They think he's a good looking guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's a Kennedy.
He's a Kennedy.
He's on so much testosterone that he looks like he's 40. But his voice sounds like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I allowed to make fun of that voice?
Yeah, you can make fun of the voice.
What happened to him anyway?
He got sick.
He got sick and his voice went like that.
I think it was like a sexually transmitted something.
No.
In his throat, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, then I can.
And then he got sick, and now he talks like that. But it's fine. That's just his voice now.
Yeah, he's a normal guy. Totally normal.
So there was a meme going around about RFK, the trade meme. It was pretty on point. Trade offer I receive: drilling ban, fracking ban, nuclear ban, green subsidies, gun control, abortions, high taxes, high spending, single-payer funding, who increases visas, military cuts, amnesty, birthright, citizenship, add reparations to that as well.
Yeah.
And then you receive feeling vindicated about the vaccines.
That's 1 for 1. It's like 15 9/11s again.
Yeah. So don't forget, don't get too caught up when someone says something that is right up your alley. Make sure the rest of the stuff they're saying makes sense too.
Yeah.
That's
One position doesn't really make you the president or even worthy of a vote, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on. There was a climate change protest at a church, and the nun defended the church against the climate protester.
Yeah, these climate crybabies were sad that a church was being built, right?
So he comes running over. They start stomping their shit.
What are they stomping? These people, man.
So that's what the nuns are up to.
Yeah.
But you go, haha, yeah, when your professor says we can't afford as a country to have another Trump presidency. And you go, ha, 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 ha. Oh, yeah, boss, whatever you
give
say.
me a B+.
Yeah. But that's what nuns are doing, and you're scared to stand up for what's actually going on and what's the truth.
Yeah. When the nuns are activated, that's a sign for everybody.
Exactly. Once the nuns get activated like that, the nuns are physically activated, it's time for you to step up too, everybody.
Yeah.
We're coming into the final push here, coming to the 24 election. So time to wake up. All right, Chamath from All In Podcast.
Yeah.
He is changing his tune. I guess he's waking up, too, to what happened with the Trump presidency and what really happened.
As a Democrat who has been left homeless, who is now definitely in the center, but probably leaning increasingly right, I'm left yet again with an appreciation, despite the messenger, of the message of the Trump administration, because what those guys did was pretty incredible in hindsight. Is one's Trump derangement syndrome causing more damage than anything that Trump could have actually done? So much of the work that happened in that administration turns out to have been right. And that's what's so frustrating for me.
Cut him off.
Yeah, that's enough. We hear it.
We get the point.
It's like, you guys, these are billionaires.
Yeah.
They're all very rich, successful people.
All In Podcast is like venture capital types.
Yeah. They're all
Chinese Donut Boy likes to watch.
Chinese Donut Boy watches a lot. They're all billionaires.
Yeah.
And me and Richard Rap Boy got it more right than them the whole time.
Some farmer from Iowa got it more right than the billionaires.
Yeah.
And these are the guys, these are the type of guys who like let San Francisco become what it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they really don't have that much credibility in terms of public policy or stuff like that.
Yeah.
They think on a holistic approach and do gay stuff, but you know, gay stuff doesn't work to govern.
Yeah,
the
exactly. And then like they take like this middle of the road where like, oh, both sides are bad, or
I'm
both
homeless.
sides.
I'm politically homeless now because Democrats, you didn't see that? Democrats were telegraphing every move for the last 10 years of this slide down the far left, right?
Yeah, it's so easy. It's so blatant. It took 4 years of Trump and basically 4 years of Joe Biden for you to go, oh, something's up.
Trump was good.
Oh, maybe there's something wrong with the southern border. we got to work on this. So yeah, I guess we're smarter than billionaires.
And it doesn't even make me feel better.
Yeah.
Doesn't really put me to sleep at night because they continue to vote for policies and shit that hurts America and ruins our great cities, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the problem, too, with San Francisco in general. It's like, do you know how many years and decades of positive growth it had to happen to get, like, this building, this amphitheater, this giant thing that was bequested to the city from some super billionaire?
The wharf.
And and then it ends with 5 years of people going, we're not arresting fentanyl addicts anymore. Yeah. And it's like, now there's shit on the street and like you can't even go and you get mugged. And it's like, all it takes is like half a generation less of bad, like, oh, I'm driving the car now off a cliff. So it's like 150 years of progress since like the gold rush and just fucking nothing now.
Yeah,
so
it's done. It's toast. And it's because people like that who are scared to say they're right wing. Joe Rogan does it too.
Yeah.
Both sides have points, or both sides have their problems. I'm just a rational person. It's like, no, there's a good side and a bad side.
Yeah. You have to pick.
It's that simple. There's people that are subverting our culture and society and ruining everything from social to economic to foreign affairs. And there's one side who's trying to combat those people.
Chamath and them in 2029 are going to be like, we're kind of in a low trust society now. And we're going to be like, that was fucking 8 years ago. You missed it.
You're getting mugged right now.
Yeah, you're there's a knife in you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, man. All right, moving on. Southern border. We have some good news out of the southern border. El Chapo.
Yeah.
El Chapo.
Finally. And it's not from the Biden admin.
It's not from the Biden administration. El Chapo's Sinaloa drug cartel bars fentanyl production under penalty of death.
The Sinaloa cartel is iron fist.
Thank you, El Chapo.
Thank you, El Chapo. You guys should run San Francisco.
All right, we are on to page 2 of housekeeping. Use this opportunity to tickle the post. Help us juice the algo. Like the video. Comment again, and then comment whatever you do want to comment later.
Yeah.
So a couple phone-in comments.
Eat the clock.
Exactly.
And then get to your point.
Make sure notifications are on as well. It is Friday. We don't really do doppels, but if we did, here's what they would be. It's a light doppel section. We have a Fleccas doppel in Israel.
Day 5 update.
We have me as Sam Tarley, which isn't... That's a Rap Boy doppel.
Yeah, right. The biggest pussy from Game of Thrones. So that's an insult to you.
That's not me. And then this other guy from this law firm on the left looks like me.
Fleccas on the left.
Those legs look familiar.
All right.
And then we have a Rap Boy doppel from real life. This happened yesterday when we were going to the diner. Look at this. I mean, is that not you? Is that not double you?
Yeah, that's two of me. That's
Simulation
the glitch.
just loaded a couple too many in the same area. There's Rat Boy.
You really did me dirty with this POV right here.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
It's not bad. All right, so those are our doppels. We actually have a funny story when we went to the diner yesterday to prepare for the show.
Yeah, kind of Seinfeld type of diner experience.
Something pretty interesting happened at the diner. There's like a back private room near the bathrooms.
We were going to go work and discuss Twinks, Urban Decay, and stuff like that. So
gay stuff.
We wanted to rip diner coffee while discussing and kind of plotting the episode out.
We also wanted some privacy. So we're like, hey, can we have that back room? And then the hostess goes, yeah, no problem, but just a warning, there's a guy back there and he's very loud. So then I said...
Never heard that before. I've never heard anything like that before.
So then I said, like, very loud, is he on the phone? And he's like, no, he's not on the phone.
And then I said, well, is he with anyone?
And he's like, no, he's alone.
So he's just a loud guy with nobody to talk to, right?
So we're like, all right, he's got a loud guy with no one to talk to. We'll risk it. I don't plan on talking to him. We'll get our work done. And we get brought back to the back room, and there's just a booth with a guy sitting there like this. And I walk in, and I'm like, I know who you are. I've heard about you.
And he's kind of like borderline like slow. Like I think he had Velcro shoes or something, but he's
Velcro shoes.
just a liability to the restaurant. And they put him in the back room alone to eat his like turkey dinner or whatever he's
But
got.
I'm warning you, there's a loud man back there. And I was just like,
Who's he going to talk to?
go on.
Yeah.
There is. But yeah, we went back there. I reckon I know you. I've heard about
And
you.
he was loud. He goes, "Can I get change for a 20 or something?" Like
Yeah.
he yelled it. So
So that was kind of an interesting thing we went through.
yeah,
But just like getting told that warning, I was like,
just a human liability at the diner.
there's a very loud man back there.
Okay.
Like, okay. All right, moving on. We have some shout outs. Happy birthday to Grant. He turned 22 yesterday. Him and his girlfriend Grace watch every episode on separate devices.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Anthony, Paul, and Ryan. These are guys that work together and they watch the show together at work.
What's the job?
I don't know. They played at the office though. They played
All
on the
right.
speaker.
All right.
Happy birthday to Andrew P. out of Arizona. His birthday is on the 17th this week. Shout out to Giovanna and Isaac. They're show watchers getting married this weekend. And shout out to Shane and Summer. Their 3-year anniversary just passed. And shout out to Riley Hoffman. Bonus lander, birthday haver.
Yeah.
Big fan and friends of ours in real life.
Yeah. Barely. You got that barely.
Yeah, we met Riley and her friends a couple years ago in St. Pete.
Yep.
And they're bonus landers. So shout out. All right, let's keep it moving. Also, shout out to Kat K. Was on Instagram. Huge fan of the show, longtime Fleccas watcher for like 6 years.
Yeah. Commander.
Yeah.
Earned the rank of commander.
Thank you, Kat. We love you. All right, and we have a Rob song. Someone sent us some Rob song.
What is this?
I think it's that.
Oh, Rob's song.
Yeah.
It's titled Rob's song.
I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for Rob's life to be over. I want to eat right now. Ceviche.
All right, there you go.
podcast in the
We
world,
love a good Rob
Fleccas.
song. You guys
Yeah.
know that.
Thank you.
And we have a couple rock kicks that are happening here in the background. And those are our shout outs.
That's all you got? There's some other ones here.
Oh, we got another one?
Look at this.
Oh, we got Fleccas Talks at the Color Bright at Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. We got a very cool stone carve of me and Rat Boy by Lyle. Thank you, Lyle. That's a very cool picture.
Where are those at?
I don't know. Let's
Where-
get those.
What are they going to be done? What's going to be done with them, Lyle?
Kai have.
Yeah. Can I have it?
I have. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not going to tell you more.
And let's do that one. That's the last shout out of the week. These guys.
All right, we're here with our boy Sidewalk Steve. Go check his site out. It's got a lot of good stuff. You should definitely check it out. We're all fans of Fleccas Talks. What do we say about Fleccas Talks?
Fleccas Podcast, best new podcast of all time.
That's right, it is the best new podcast of all time. Go check them out on YouTube.
Thank you, everybody who did shout outs. Make sure you guys send us your shout outs for Friday shout outs. Moving on, page 3 of housekeeping. We have a P.O. Box. We remind you guys every episode we have a P.O. Box and people are sending us stuff. So if you want to send us stuff, it is linked in the description. Please send it to us. If you send us anything bad, like a bomb or a fentanyl
The
or
fake intern will die.
Yeah, we send a fake intern and he gets it and he opens everything first. So if you send anthrax, you're going to kill a fake intern.
Yep. He's only 18.
And he
He's
works
a young
so
guy.
hard. We don't pay him anything.
We don't pay him.
All right.
So he'll be dead.
Halloween is coming up. There was a show watcher who sent me their costumes, and I think this is going to be the costume of the year. Big titty woodshop teacher.
Yeah.
That's one for the culture, guys.
This is well done.
Look at
With
that.
the mask, too. All you need is a wig, a big shirt.
Beach balls.
Beach balls with a protruding nipple. You have to have a rock hard nipple, otherwise it's not authentic, and we all know it.
Yep. And then the wig.
Yeah, well done.
So if you guys want to send us funny costumes, please do. The Big Titty Woodshop teacher, I think, is the costume of the year.
Yeah.
All right. Let's also read the...
I'm going to be Chris from Mr. Beast.
Let's also read the haunted house meme I saw on Chinese Donut Boy's page. Chinese Donut Boy is like 100 people away from 100K, so make sure you guys are following him.
The meme said, I don't get scared in haunted houses because I refuse to give former theater majors that much power over me.
Yeah, that's the mindset. That's the mindset. That's the attitude. That's why we're not scared of Halloween.
Absolutely.
All right, She-Hulk.
Okay.
There was a tweet that came out.
Say something good about this show. She-Hulk, attorney at law. I think it only made it one season.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So that's the good thing.
Yeah.
Is that it's only one season. I could tell you some bad things about She-Hulk.
Go ahead.
They thought they were allowed to break the fourth wall. You know how some shows break the fourth wall and it's pretty cool?
Hey, guys, you might be thinking right now, is She-Hulk going to do this or not?
Like in, what's that one? Not Daredevil.
Ferris Bueller does it.
Ferris Bueller does it. Who's the Daredevil one where he's like the asshole comic good guy?
Oh, yeah. Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
In that movie, he does it.
Yeah.
And then
I forget the movie name.
She-Hulk,
Deadpool.
And then She-Hulk thinks she can do it too.
Yeah.
And this is one of those shows that should never exist, and all the writers are probably
demanding higher wages.
Higher wages, and they're probably all non-binary and pans.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So there's two groups of people in the world, those who need to pretend that She-Hulk is good, and those that can be honest and say She-Hulk sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be in that second camp.
Yeah, and you know how they say art is subjective and, anyone can like it? Not this one.
Not She-Hulk.
Not She-Hulk. There's only people pretending it's good, and then the haters who are right.
Yeah, art is subjective. Not She-Hulk.
Not this one.
All right, there was a kid who had a thing on his Instagram. He said, if I get 200,000 followers, I'll do whatever the top comment says.
Okay, when I hit 200,000 followers, I'll do whatever the top comment says on this video and post it.
So pause it. Can you read the top comment?
It says, fly to a small town in Thailand, get accepted by their people, learn the language, train in Muay Thai for a year and a half, fight in a tournament, win the tournament, return to the USA and join the UFC, stay in shape and go undefeated in your weight class, retire and do an interview saying this comment was the reason you fought so hard.
Wow.
1 million likes.
That got the most likes of any comment on Instagram. That broke
Really?
the record, yeah. So that kid's got a whole life ahead of him now.
Yeah, fucking 3 years in Thailand, buddy. Good luck. That's like a nightmare.
All right, moving on. Sandwich of fall. It's Friday, so we're going to deal with sandwich of fall. People are saying sandwich of fall should be soup and grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Grilled cheese and tomato soup. That's not bad.
We'll consider it.
We'll consider it. I'm not fully committed to including soup into that. Obviously, I'm a French dip guy. I can't get on board with Rubens. So we're still going to figure it out. We're going to decide next week.
Next week, final week.
Next week,
we'll tell you the
final
sandwich
week,
of fall.
We'll tell you the sandwich of fall. Keep tagging us in your picks this week, and we will figure it out next week.
Smart.
All right, let's go to the ramen shrimp cereal.
Okay, life hack type
Life
thing.
hack.
Actual life hack. If you save the shrimp from your cup of noodles for a month, you can eat a king's breakfast once a year. God damn.
That's a good hack.
Yeah.
You save the best part of the noodles, and then once a year you get exactly what you want.
Genius.
Yeah. And then we have a milk spoon hack too.
This is the better way to do it, I think.
So you can actually put these two videos together.
It is a spoon that dispenses milk. Now, have you ever found yourself with a milk and cereal, but with no bowl?
Countless times.
With this device, sorry, I'm filming with one hand. With this device, you don't need a bowl. All you do is press this little momentary button here. And milk comes out. So this eliminates soggy cereal.
That's good.
And you don't need a bowl. You can eat straight out of the bag.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, he's got a bowl right there. But he's got a motor on a spoon.
And he's spraying milk out of the hose above an
outlet.
But you can use that on the shrimp.
Yeah.
You combine the two.
Yeah.
These are the people who are going to inherit the earth.
That's an RFK voter right there.
Schizos will inherit the earth. Don't forget, that's the kind of people that will. All right, we have a naming contest. As you guys know, we try to get things named after stuff we like.
Snarf, snarf, for Rob, usually.
Snarf, snarf, for Rob. We have a red heifer naming contest, and you can submit any name you want. And then also the red heifer is a prophecy for end times.
Really?
A red cow.
Interesting.
So if we get that red cow named Snarf Snarf, and that ends up being the end times prophecy red cow, that would be huge for the show.
Okay.
So we're putting that linked in the description. Change.org. We want that red cow named Snarf Snarf.
So somebody did a petition, changed the name the red heifer Snarf Snarf O'Banion, and this is supposed to get to someone? I don't get it.
Yeah, I think if we sign this with a lot of people, then they'll change the name to Snarf Snarf.
Okay. So another L coming up for us.
Yeah, it's hard to win these.
We're never going to fucking get one. I'm losing faith.
It's hard to win them.
So.
All right, Starbucks. The baristas at Starbucks tried to help a girl on a date.
Yeah, this gave me goosebumps. It wasn't a date. My 18-year-old daughter was at Starbucks alone the other night. A man came up to her and started talking to her. Oh, my God, a man?
Oh, no.
That's half the population. That could be anything. A barista handed her an extra hot chocolate someone forgot to pick up. How grateful I am for people who look out for her. Side note, she felt safe and did not remove the lid, but let them know. And the mug just says, "Are you okay? Do you want us to intervene? If you do, take the lid off the cup."
So these baristas probably have like purple hair.
Yeah.
They probably think they're standing up for a girl because a guy talked to her.
Yeah.
So they just want to stop like a good-looking girl and a good-looking guy from meeting. So they try to intervene immediately.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, this is the world they live in. Like, girls like this will hand this cup of coffee to this girl because some guy was totally fine and normal in a coffee shop, but then they'll see like a black criminal hanging out on the street and be like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, this is fine. We don't need to call the cops.
And then they'll get knockout gamed, and that's it. Life regulates itself, so.
Yeah, exactly. There's no need to call the cops. It's like he's breaking your shit. He just broke the window.
Yeah. He was oppressed, though, so it didn't matter.
All right, moving on. We are moving on to Cringe of the Week, but before we do, this week's Cringe of the Week is brought to you by our friends over at Brave Books. Guys, the world we're living in today is a lot different than the world we were raised in as kids. Families are more divided than ever, and children these days are raised by screens more than they're raised by their own parents. Families are more divided than ever, kids spend very little time outside, and family activities are few and far between as our society continues to break down the family unit brick by brick. The good news is you have a say in what kind of family you have. Strong families don't happen by accident. They happen through prayers, quality time, and teaching good values. I'm not saying it's easy, but I do have something that can help. Brave Books. The books from Brave Books will bring your whole family together. You get a new book each month that teaches faith-based values like the sanctity of life, discernment, or perseverance, to name a few. The books come with family activities and lessons you guys can do all month long. In a fragmented world where anything goes, your children need a strong moral foundation that starts at home. They need you, the parents, to be their source of truth and to offer them the greatest gift of all, your time. Let Brave Books help you accomplish this. Go to bravebooks.com, use code Fleccas for 20% off their family subscription plan. That's bravebooks.com. When you go there and sign up for the family subscription plan, you'll get their latest book free. Bravebooks.com is the website. Go there today and get your family subscription plan as soon as possible. All right, let's get into Cringe of the Week. All right, thank you to Brave Books. Very nice of them. Very important to get your books for people in your life that are children.
Yeah.
There's so much bad stuff out there that you want to get them good stuff to read instead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into cringe. We have we have 3 pages of cringe.
Wow.
The shark attack first. Let's just get the blood flowing.
Yep.
Let's remind everyone.
This is the one move a shark can do. And he didn't see it coming.
The only thing a shark can do is bite you.
Sideways. With the sideways rip.
And
that's the only thing you have to look out for. It doesn't come back up. It doesn't go backwards. It doesn't tail whip you. All you got to do is watch that mouth. And this kid didn't. And I hope he lost a finger.
It's the sideways rip, and it's like, oh, it goes way further than you thought.
Every time. It's the same.
Same with gators.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what happens there. All right, let's go to the Grubhub. Grubhub eats your food. That's what's going on in our world.
This is kind of like a, I don't know what to call it, a low trust society section of of cringe. It's a little different. All right, fat Grubhub driver rifling through the food. It's your food. Oh, he's like biting it. He's teething it.
He's just eating spaghetti.
Yeah. So that was at a hibachi grill he ate. And then we're cutting to this other driver who drops off food, right?
And he drops at the door, goes down the stairs, and he takes a quick piss.
He's going to piss in the fucking corner of your house. Who wants this guy handling their food, the New York Post says.
But at the end of the day, what do you expect?
This is kind of normal. The company who hires anybody with a Toyota Camry, anyone on earth, the company who hires everyone, the company who had to start taping food bags shut.
Yeah. This is like completely in line with our society.
Yeah.
We kill the unborn. We release criminals on the street. People do drugs and shit on the ground. And your Grubhub eats some bites of your food.
Someone's going to fuck with your food a little bit.
That's just how it goes.
That's the society we live in. And like, honestly, it's not about getting it right or doing the right thing. You need to adjust your expectations.
Yeah.
Some random third-party independent contractor handles your food, and maybe he's having a horrible day. And there's nowhere for him to piss.
Maybe,
so what does he do?
Maybe he went to the restaurant and he smelled the good food and he's hungry and he didn't get to get any food himself.
And what's the big deal if you're missing one item, right?
Did you even notice a couple bites of the spaghetti? That's why I order pizza.
Yeah.
You can't steal a piece of pizza.
You'd be surprised.
What's this? All right, let's move on. The girl who wants the $200K job. This should be good.
I have a bone to pick with America! So I'm headed to my serving job. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Be why I make more money serving. I have my literal business marketing degree that put me in a cute $80,000 in debt. And I make more serving sushi rolls because I've been applying to marketing jobs fucking for weeks now. And the pay cut is insane. Insane. But the jobs that are like a cute $150,000 to $200,000 a year, I'm not getting those. I'm a almost 25-year-old, my birthday's soon, almost 25-year-old chick going against, corporate ass America, people with so much experience. All I got is my degree. People say, get your degree, but then they don't talk about how you need experience. The degree was the experience!
You got plowed in college, probably. What are you talking about? The degree was the experience. Yeah. You got blackout drunk and went to sorority parties, probably. Yeah. I don't know this girl.
The degree was the experience. It's like you graduated with 10,000 other people that got the same piece of paper as you.
Literally drones.
Yeah.
Like that's the competition level you're at right now.
Yeah, we need to hire someone who's got experience. Does anyone know anyone who wears a headband as a shirt? We got to get her in here.
Yeah. Does anybody know anyone who can be organized enough to stay on top of emails and basically do nothing else? Oh, okay. Whoa, that's not $200K a year? Yeah. That's not a doctor level salary? Okay, cool.
Yeah. And she has a skewed view of the world, I think, because she probably gets so much attention for her bikini photos and the life she lives online and her Instagram. So it's like, oh, man, everyone likes my photos. Everyone thinks I'm so hot. $200K.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be hard to pull off.
$200K is pretty easy. I just show up, right?
Yeah.
And then the thing is, too, I think there's going to be a return to a mean where people just kind of go to in-state tuitions and get, the academic incentives and stuff. Like, the days of being born in Illinois and then going to Ohio State are kind of over. Just to party and fuck around and get lowballed on a job offer for a marketing place. You know, it's a little bit done. Try to get as cheap college you can. And if you want that college experience, that 4 years of fucking off and getting drunk, whatever, you can do it in the state you were born in, you know?
Yeah, exactly. If she never went to college and then just worked her sushi job and then had $80K, she'd be in a way better spot than now.
Yeah, take the student loans, commit student loan fraud, invest the $80K.
Invest the $80K into a rental property.
And that's the thing. People don't understand what they're really signing up for. It's like, okay, it's going to be $800 a month until you pay off $80K. Like, that's an apartment. That's an apartment with some roommates or something, depending on the area. So, I don't know, man. The college slander continues. Don't be this girl. I guess this girl feels entitled to making $200K or something. You need to like grind to get that. And then you need to beat out 10 people. All right, you start the shitty marketing job. Then you need to beat out 10 other people who started the shitty marketing job with you. You're of the top 2, right? Then you move up a level. And then you move up another level after that before you're even sniffing that salary
Where you
range.
put like 5-6 years in at the company.
Yeah, of course. Putting in hours and then being at the top of that new level that you graduated to. So, I mean, maybe marketing's not the move. Maybe you should have gotten into like, I don't know, some sort of engineering type degree. But, you know.
But there's no long haul. There's no like drive where you get in low and work your way up to the top. It's just, oh, I deserve this now. And if I don't get what I want, it's because like the system's messed up.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And then not to mention just as many illegals as possible came. We'll tell you later how Chicago's subsidizing their apartments that you're now competing with. So your apartment rent is up. Feels like you're drowning, right? But, you know.
Joe Biden not going to help you.
Joe Byron doesn't help. Nikki Haley doesn't want to help. Nobody wants to help.
Trump might help you a little bit.
Yeah, this girl will fucking vote for Trump.
Exactly.
Complaining about the fucking $200K job that she doesn't have while wearing a literal tube sock as a top. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over, guys.
All right, let's move on to the kid with the bad haircut.
Yeah, low trust society shit right here, right?
So I asked the lady for like this picture, and she gave me this.
And she gave you this. You don't like this? Something like that, huh? What did you tell her? You showed her the picture?
Yeah.
I'll spin you back around and you can be a new man, all right?
So then they did this. He's going to be a new man. And he's like taking a video of the kids after. And you can see in the kid's face, he just did not get what he wanted.
This is what he wanted. Let's go back to it. And then this is what the kid got. Just some piece of shit mullet.
Baby Gronk haircut.
This guy lied to the kid's face. He goes, I got you.
$175.
And butchers him. $175. And so I thought we were going to go back to back without this 200K girl in between, but this is kind of low trust society. The Grubhub driver eats your food. The Grubhub driver pisses in your hallway. The haircut dresser looks you right in the eye and says, I got you, buddy. And then gives you a piece of shit. You know, reduce your expectations or find someone you trust, right?
Yeah. I'm happy that kid got that shitty haircut because he's trying to get the TikTok haircut.
He wanted a gay haircut anyway, so let's teach him a lesson, you know?
Exactly. And every generation has like the TikTok haircut equivalent. When we were growing up, it was kids that had like the blonde frosted tips.
Yeah, frosted
like
tips.
the
Abercrombie. It was Abercrombie shit.
And you had like the flip in the front with the frosted tips. Obviously, we never got that.
I never had that, yeah.
Yeah, I used to get a buzz cut every 2 weeks. That's how you fight back against the temptation to get a TikTok haircut.
Yep.
So that's how you avoid that.
It's sad, though, because that's kids, they have the best hair. When you're 16, 17, you have the thickest, best hair, and then they always do something gay with it. So it's kind of a paradox.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that kid didn't get the stupid haircut.
Me too.
They should just buzz it. All right, let's move on. These next two clips are kind of racism-based.
Yeah.
The first one is the experienced racism experience.
Let's see the worst thing that's ever happened to this guy, the biggest racism
He's
thing.
experienced racism. Let's see what it was.
You ever experienced racism?
Of course.
Can you explain your story?
I had went to the store in Arizona to give me some guards or whatever so I could smoke, right? I ain't had my ID so I could get them type of shit. So I had to like walk up to a grown person and be like, hey, you can buy me some guards? So I walk up to some white dude, I like, you give me some guards? And he ran to his car, fool.
He ran?
Full blown ran and slammed the door. And drove off quick, I swear to God.
Do you think he knows what you were saying?
Yeah, for sure. So he was like, what do guards mean? I was like, say so I can smoke. But as he said what do guards mean, he's slowly walking fast.
Hey, man, you buy me some cigars so I can smoke? I don't have an ID. It's like, whoa.
Back the fuck up. He's reaching on his gun. Stop right there.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing where it's like, I've seen enough videos, I've had enough experiences, I've collected enough data to know that I'm not going to jump to any conclusions on you, but I'm going to err towards the side of safety and my own self-preservation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're a criminal, but I've seen a lot of stuff where people that look like you are.
Yeah. And that was the most racist thing that's ever happened to him. He didn't lose a job. Someone just backed away from him in a parking lot.
Yeah. Someone wouldn't buy him cigars so he could smoke blunts.
Yeah, but, pretty much. And then, so basically anyone who's ever gotten something stolen from them has had a worse experience than this. Anyone who's ever had judgment against them in any way, it was way worse than this.
Yeah.
Someone didn't do you a favor, and that was your racism
And
example.
basically break the law, too. Yeah. Buying a person with no ID, something that requires an ID.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the example of racism. But if you said to someone, hey, have you ever been a victim of black crime? It's like, yeah. I had my car stolen.
My bike.
Yeah, I got punched. I saw a guy push a lady on the subway.
Yeah, I got on my Ring camera. Here, you ever open the Nextdoor app? You ever open the Nextdoor app, guys?
But the real problem is the racism. And what's the example of racism? People wouldn't buy me cigars.
Guy didn't help
so
me
I
out.
could roll blunts.
Guy didn't help a stranger out.
Got him. All right, let's go to the next one.
Hey, boss, why you put...
What's your turn, man?
What's in there?
Hey, why did you just stop there and turn on the right? Oh, man, you're fucked up, man.
That's not even funny.
That's not even funny, but I'm laughing.
That's not funny at all.
And you know what's actually interesting about that? That Asian guy probably doesn't think of that as like a racism moment. Like if someone has anything racist ever happened to you? Yeah, some guy, he said Cheng Dai on the car. It's like, he probably goes, yeah, whatever. Some guy was just an idiot. Some guy
America,
was a dork.
great place. Yeah, I'm happy to be in America.
Exactly. I work hard. I get good job. I send my daughter to college.
Oh, no racism here. Best place is America. Like that.
But then the black guy internalizes it so much because it's like kind of a victim type of.
Shit. Can't even live my life.
Can't even get my gars.
Yeah, people won't even get gars for me.
What do you think about that Asian hate?
I think that was not cool.
You were laughing at that video, of course, off screen.
Me in high school, Bennick.
No, here we go.
He used to be very good at the fake Chinese voice, and we on Friday nights we would go to the post office parking lot. We would chill in beach chairs, and then we would just prank call Chinese restaurants, and he'd say, "Hey, can I order in Chinese?" And they go, "Yeah," and he'd go, "Bing da buck." He would just do it for 30 seconds. And we would laugh so much.
Good stuff.
It was amazing.
Yeah, you had fun.
But it's not funny.
Yeah, it's not funny at all. It's not funny. Do not do that.
Do not do that.
Never.
It's not even funny.
And you know what? Oh, I was going to say something like, if that's the worst Asian hate you get, that's a pretty good deal.
It's a great deal.
But they do stomp out the old Asian ladies. So.
Yeah. Asians do get hated on.
They get targeted.
And
it's not
the Chinese voice people.
It's not me.
Yeah.
It's not a guy who looks like me.
Not a guy who looks like me either. All right, let's go to the patriotism girl.
Yeah, let's see what this girl does.
Things I hate about America after spending lots of time overseas, part 1. This one might piss people off, but the patriotism. A flag on every single street is just simply unnecessary. American flag hats, the American apparel, it's everything. You know what I'm talking about. We push this American agenda on everyone who lives here so hard. And when we go to other countries, it's just not pushed that hard. When you go other countries, they rep their country without being literally annoying about it. Number 2, the English language obsession. Yes, I'm not an idiot. I know that English is the language of America. But at the same time, don't you think it's a problem that almost 80% of America, of our country, literally only speaks English? Because if you don't think that's a problem, then you've never left America. Because I can tell you right now that
cut her off.
Goes to Europe once.
Motherfuckers after going to Europe for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Come and tell you all the problems with America. My problem is, girls like this, they have no fucking perspective.
Yeah.
You're 21, 22, you got giant cans, they're out, you're slopping them around, and you go, I just learned something. I learned something about the world, and America sucks now because of it.
Oh, actually, I think I figured it out.
I cracked it. I'm the 21-year-old blonde girl who cracked it.
Yeah. Exactly. The cultural cohesion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a problem. Speaking the same language. That was the whole point.
What the fuck? You want to go to the DMV and someone goes, ding hao, ding hao.
Yeah, let's get some Somalis here.
Yeah, I want to hear the Islamic call to prayers in Dearborn, Michigan, you know?
Yeah.
That's great for cohesion.
And when you bring those people here, the people who get affected by it will eventually be people like us.
Oh, yeah.
But when you bring third worlders here, the people who are affected by it first are the girls with the cans out.
Are the women with boobs like this.
Yeah. So you got your cans
Some
out.
Somali goes, ha.
Yeah. And he grabs you and he goes, come with me. And then he just, who knows?
Yeah. Also, the one thing, it's like American patriotism, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, yeah, because when someone invades Belgium, they don't defend themselves. It's America who comes. That's the point. America deserves patriotism because we have, who's the biggest air force in the world? The U.S. Air Force. Who's the second biggest air force in the world? The U.S. Navy. You know? How many aircraft carriers does everybody else have? How many do we have? It's like we're the one country that actually is entitled to an excessive amount of patriotism. And she goes to Europe once and drinks some flat water and eats a pizza with no cheese on it and thinks she's fucking in charge.
Yeah.
She thinks she cracked the case, right?
Those countries come crying when they need us.
They come begging. You remember those NATO meetings with Trump? And how scared they were? Uh-oh. Party's over.
Yeah.
America's paying for our collective defense and we're getting a free ride and we're not as patriotic. So, dude, these girls, man, these girls are like 22, 23, think they have some unique perspective, and people don't understand why something exists or how something got to a progressive point, like a cumulative point, rather. And it's like, oh, America has cohesion, patriotism. We fought in these wars and everyone's proud to be here. And she doesn't see how those things can help make a country more successful. Instead, she just sees like, Barcelona was nothing like this. I'm different now for knowing that.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. And also with these types, they think they deserve more attention than they get. They get attention because their cans are out.
She's got the cans in the frame. She knows where the framing is. She goes, okay.
But
here.
because guys give her attention for her cans, she thinks like, all right, now it's my duty to weigh in on, international politics.
Yeah, pride, American pride, and how much better countries are, and having one national language.
I get so much attention. It's my obligation to stand up for what's right. And it's like, no. You're getting attention because you wear underwear in public.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Last piece of cringe, the gay camp.
Yeah, this gay camp counselor. Let's see what a day in the life of this drag queen loser is.
My day as head counselor at an LGBTQ summer camp in 60 seconds. I'm up around 7:15, then after breakfast, it's off to our camp-wide meeting where each day we raise a different identity flag of the queer community. Then campers are off to their activities where they can choose from things like photography, dance, sports, and puppetry. I have some planning and admin work to do, so I sneak off to the Hall of Elders, a place on campus dedicated to the queer changemakers and icons that came before us. While campers are in their midday workshops, I check in with some of my teammates and help lead our daily staff meeting. Next is one of my favorite parts of the day, getting to lead the drag workshop,
Great.
where I teach campers how to do their drag makeup, and they learn the art and history of drag. Evening brings the variety show, where our young people get to showcase their incredible talent to the rest of camp. I wrap up my...
So this is the opposite of conversion therapy.
Yeah, it's be gayer. It's affirming therapy, if you will.
Exactly. You go there, you get gayer than you were, and it costs $10,000 a month, I think.
$2,500 for basically a week is what it is.
So yeah,
a week and change.
There you go. And they go to this camp and they think like this is basically like you go to this camp and you become an activist.
Yeah, you go to this camp and then you leave the camp and then you go to your college campus and you start getting loud.
Yeah.
You start asking for a space that only you and your non-binary friends can go, and you start asking for resources and sucking up stuff.
And you think because you went to this camp, like this is the potential, like this is what the world could be if everyone was fair and righteous. And you think like anything less than this is oppressive.
Yeah.
So you go to the camp and you're like, man, I know how
special treatment for my identity.
I know what the world could look like.
Yeah.
And until it does look like that, I'm going to be fighting. Yeah. All right. Let's get out of cringe.
But yeah, these kids, man, poor kids. And we've said this before. They're harvesting our theater kids.
Yeah.
And making them just gay. Which, I mean, theater kids always were gay.
Theater kids were always a little gay, but they're making them worse.
Yeah. And nothing productive. The only thing I saw there that could be a translatable skill is photography. And I'm sure that's just like a 3-hour thing where they're like, click it around a little bit.
And you're taking pictures of drag queens.
Arts and crafts, like coloring with crayons and raising a gay flag and
sports
doing
is
theater.
a waste of time.
Yeah. If you're gay like this, yeah, sports is a waste of time.
All right, let's move on to Urban Decay. Before we get there, Urban Decay this week is brought to you by FleccasTalks.com. If you guys love the show, you're going to love more of the show. We do 4 hours of exclusive content on FleccasTalks.com each month. We just did a Q&A last week, and another one is coming today. We also did a bonus land on Tuesday, 30-minute bonus land. So if you guys love the show and have been thinking about signing up, now is the time. FleccasTalks.com is the website. Go there right now and sign up. All right, first clip of Urban Decay is the mom who steals with her daughter.
Yep. Let's see what they're up to. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. So they see the mom stealing with the daughter.
Cart is full of detergent.
Yeah, cart is full. It's not needs. It's not necessities. Cart is full of high-end items that are easily resellable.
Here they go, just walking out the door.
Hey, she got that baby stealing and walking out the door with that stuff. Girl, if you don't, why'd you follow me? You pitiful. No, you pitiful. You still beating about the man from years ago. You gonna sure is. And get what? You stay out our business how we pay our bills. Stay out our business. You better go on follow me. You better go on follow me.
Oh, what?
You better go on follow me.
I got you on camera, baby. I got your face on camera, baby. Ain't nobody scared. Ain't nobody scared.
Y'all better go on. Y'all better go on.
I'm not scared of that. I'm not scared.
Don't follow me. This how I take care of my children.
Okay, then I got you on camera, baby. I got you on camera.
Gun is out.
I got you on camera. I got you on camera, baby. I got you on camera. Baby, ain't nobody worried about that. You should have had that little girl doing that.
And starts waving the gun around.
It's called brandishing.
You pitiful.
Yeah.
That's how they get they check.
Yeah, that's how they pay their bills.
Yeah, you pitiful. And they steal all the detergent. And you think like, oh, this person's not going to shoot me over detergent. But she might.
She's low IQ enough. I think she might.
She's impulsive enough. She already pulled the gun out. And she's stealing with her child. She might.
Yeah. And then also this falls in line with the same thing we showed on Tuesday, which is criminals getting upset when you stop them from stealing. This is how I this is how I pay my bills. This is how, this is basically like what she's teaching her daughter. And it's like, this is how I pay your bills. Yeah, that's why I'm filming you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to. And you hurt society.
That's what she teaches the kid. And if anyone tries to stop you, you pull out the gun. And then you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah, some kids are learning like PEMDAS, parentheses, exponent, multiple. And then this girl is learning, well, if you pull the gun, usually people back down.
Mm-hmm.
And we might not fully know the effects of this education, this street education, until a mugshot is released in a news story is provided. But yeah. And then these type of people, right? Stealing and then pulling out a gun when confronted. At Dollar General. What can be done? What's the punishment for this? It's not just jail. It's like, let's work these people to the bone.
Yeah.
They should be digging ditches, building highways.
Yeah, America needs highways. Are you gonna engineer it?
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. Well, here's a pickaxe.
Here's a manual labor. That's a big block of granite right there. Get to work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here's a shovel. You're not going to engineer the highway, so here's a shovel. You're going to start digging it.
Yeah, we're on the. I'm on the unique, and that's the only way I think that America is actually going to be back on track is unique and almost corporal punishments. Remember that lady who was stealing from Walmart? Walmart is racist. I said, let the cop work her out, right? And then for these people who are stealing, it's like, oh, you're going to work. You got some money. You're going to work for us. And once the everything in prison is like this, like guys with their group, they go like this and they go, we got all the commissary. Like this guy's my bitch. We got a cell phone in here. We doing TikToks. Start showing them some fucking real hard manual labor. And I think the crime dries up.
I think so too.
So
Mimetic Sisyphus had some good points about this, about talking about like stealing and capital punishment and how things have changed since the Constitution was written.
Yeah.
Can you give these a read?
People are getting too comfortable. And he says, we live in the only time in history where killing a man while he's stealing your livelihood is illegal. And someone says this, people seem to have forgotten that stealing from someone's business is stealing their livelihood. Taking a man's livelihood is equivalent to taking his life. We need to get back to this incredibly American concept. Some guy comes in and goes, that's retarded. The Constitution literally enshrined the importance of proportionate punishment. Death as a consequence for stealing from a cash register is not proportionate to the harm. It's just barbarism.
And then the Mimetic Sisyphus came back.
Yeah, and he said in 1776, every colony considered robbery a capital offense. As late as the Civil War, the majority of states still had capital punishment for similar crimes. Thomas Jefferson attempted to change Virginia's capital punishment policies to include only murder and treason. He was voted down. Our founding fathers would be very confused why that shopkeeper was arrested. And this was about a shopkeeper who shot some guy in the back running out of his store.
Who stole from the register.
Yeah.
There's something to keep in mind. People think the Constitution protects against stuff like that. It's actually the opposite.
Yeah, and it's like, wasn't Texas hanging horse thieves up until the 1900s, early 1900s? Because, you take away a horse, that's someone's way to get work, that's someone's way to get water, their way to travel, and you leave them stranded. So, all that shit got washed away when it was some corporation. And it was like, oh, okay, some guy named Mike isn't personally getting hurt from this? All crime is back on the menu, right?
They got insurance.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. This white lady gets knocked out after a day of shopping.
This is another one where it's like, what exactly is the right punishment for a guy like this? Someone who's laughing while knocking out a white girl.
Why she calling people? Do what you do.
Maybe a white girl. I don't even know. Boom! Crow hops into a punch on her. Tries to punch the friend, too.
Yo, take all that. Everything ours.
And they're laughing.
Giggling.
Everything ours. Take it. So they went shopping, had a nice day in the city, knocked out in the back.
There are a lot of rocks that need to be cracked in order to make America's next great project, next great engineering.
Yeah.
You can do a wheelbarrow, right? Because you don't need to rot away in a cage. You need an old school boss hog type guy with a whip
and a shotgun
on a horseback, and he watches over you and he says, "You working, boy?" And if you don't, then you go into like some lockdown cage thing that makes you work.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting enough out of these criminals. Not only do they hurt America, so they hurt America. They commit crimes on just normal citizens. And then those normal citizens pay taxes to keep them in a cage and give them 3 meals a day and shit. And we get basically nothing back in return.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So we kind of need some manual labor out of these guys.
Yeah.
The mom who brandished the gun at the Dollar General. This guy who's playing the white girl knockout game, possibly Latina knockout game.
Yep. And there's always going to be people online who still defend the criminals, though.
Yep.
That's for sure. There was a situation where a young man was shot by cops.
He was causing a scene. And so this white girl on Twitter, no matter what, no matter the crime, you can knock out that Hispanic girl. There will always be a white girl on Twitter who defends you, right?
Exactly.
This girl says, Atlanta police shot and killed a 22-year-old last night. His name was Nigel Cullins. It's like, police shot and killed someone. His name was this. It's just like a formula, right?
Yeah, exactly. His name was Nigel Cullins.
Say his name.
He also shot a security guard. He also shot a security guard first.
His name was Nigel Cullins. He tried to kill someone.
Yeah.
And so here's the story. It said, investigators say Atlanta police responded to a 911 call about an unruly individual at the restaurant. They found Cullins at the bar drinking a bottle of liquor. Cullen's mother says he was a former employee at the restaurant. So he's up at his old workplace drinking a bottle, police say Cullins was asked to leave, but wouldn't. That's when they say the officer on scene fired their taser. Cullins then shot a security guard trying to take him out of the restaurant. And that's when a police officer opened fire.
He didn't do nothing.
He was a good boy.
Just drunk on liquor and shooting security guards just like anyone else.
So, I mean, it doesn't even matter. It really doesn't even matter what happens. Someone will say police were wrong to shoot someone. Someone could be with a Tommy gun like this, and a white girl on Twitter will be like, he didn't need to die.
Yeah, just another black man dying by the hands of the police.
Shot by the cops.
We need a protest. All right, let's move on. In Chicago, they are going all out for the illegal migrants. It says Chicago's giving $9,000 to migrants to cover their rent and help furnish their apartments. A staggering report reveals a single medical firm raked in $7.2 million, sheltering the city's asylum seekers for just 1 month.
So this is kind of a two-pronged story, right? One is $9,000 just being handed out to illegals, and then medical companies absolutely price gouging the city and state for services towards those illegals.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a big machine, right?
And they're also giving the money to these illegals so they can rent apartments and furnish their apartments.
Yeah.
And they're giving them this money so they can get out of the facility so they can bring more people into the facilities.
Yeah. It's because the facilities are so crowded because the buses keep coming, right?
And they need to give $9,000 to these people. They must be doctors or Nobel Peace Prize people.
At a bare minimum, volunteers all day, right?
Yeah, lawyers from some other country. Oh, no, they're Venezuelan criminals.
Oh, they're driving minivans with no license plate and selling weed and possessing illegal handguns.
Oh,
$9K.
Yeah. And they're doing like organized retail theft. $9K for them. Has anyone ever given you $9K?
No.
When was the last time you got $9K? I think I got like $9 or $10K once when I totaled my car and State Farm gave me $10,000.
And you paid for that.
And I bought a new car.
For that. Yeah. No, never. Nobody's ever given me $9K. I think I got a COVID check. I got a COVID check.
Mm-hmm.
That was the max. And so that's, and this is the thing. People complain about inflation or stuff like that. What do you think giving illegals $9K does? What do you think all the illegals flooding the areas of everywhere does? They take the cheapest housing possible, and then the competition is not there, and so all the price, or the competition is there, so all the prices on everything else goes up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're the girl who can't get, you're the girl with the marketing degree. Nobody offered you a $200,000 job. You're making $40,000 selling sushi rolls. All of a sudden, half your income's going to rent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very bad death spiral for America.
Yeah, and there's probably some farmers in Southern Illinois that could probably use some help. They're having trouble making ends meet.
I guarantee you.
They feed us. They literally make the food for us. But they want to give it to just like these dependent third worlders who don't care anything about America, came here illegally, and they just want to get them on the teat.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so back to the part of this where the state is getting ripped off by the service providers for these illegals. Here's a sentence I want to read. The invoices covered 400 employees who worked between April 22nd to May 19th, including one nurse who was paid $20,000 for a single week of work in December. That same nurse made $16,000 for 7 days of work in April.
Ooh, it's
$20,000
like
a week for a nurse?
That's like $1 million. That's like $1 million a year.
She doesn't have to worry about inflation. She's chilling, ripping off the state, providing services to non-citizens. Lovely system we have here, guys.
That's why they call it Crook County.
Yep, they do.
Well, that's the end of Urban Decay.
You sure?
Yep.
Oh, I have a bit that I want to do about the white girl knockout game that I didn't get to. Possibly Latina knockout game. Because we never really saw her face. I'll just say it. Dropping off that Starbucks cup on her lifeless body. Do you need help? Take the lid off if you need help.
Take the lid off if you want us to intervene. We're fat
she
roly
twitches
poly,
on the ground.
Us fat roly poly non-binary baristas. Let us know if you want to intervene and help you. All right, don't get too down, don't get too depressed. We are moving on to Uplifting Gold. We have a lot of Uplifting Gold. The guy came up on an eagle. We're going to roll a little fast, but not too fast. But we're going to roll a little fast through here.
Look what I came up on, nigga. A motherfucking eagle.
He got an eagle.
It's like a hawk, too.
Yeah, it's not even an eagle.
It's like a red-tailed hawk,
like,
probably.
How'd you even get it like that?
I like his use of the N-word right there.
Me too. I think when it comes to free speech and everything, we need to get certain words back. So obviously the N-word cannot be such like a scary word that no one says. It's got to be like a jokey word that you use sometimes.
When you walk up on an eagle, you might use it there.
Yeah, or if you're making jokes in your house, you might use it there.
Yeah, in the privacy of your own home.
Yeah, you call your dog a little N-word. Stop barking, Lil. You know? You gotta do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you have to bring other words back. Like retarded needs to come back. Gay as an insult needs to come back. And the way you do that, on the fighting front is you bring the no words down from no to just frowned upon.
Exactly.
And then you bring the frowned upon to commonly used.
Exactly.
So that's what we're working on here at the show. Yeah. All right, shoot your shot stool guy. This guy's talking to a girl who's too tall for him.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
And he's standing on the stool, and she doesn't really notice.
Ain't no fucking way this boy is standing on a stool talking to this
It's like, oh, come meet my friends outside. It's like, sure.
When he shuffles over on the stool. Good for him. Good for him.
Potato sack hop. All right, the double saw. These guys are attached a car engine to a chainsaw. That's good Americana.
Give these two fucking guys $9K and see what kind of saw they show up with at the county fair.
Yeah.
I don't want to see some Venezuelan rat get $9K for an apartment with shitty IKEA furniture. I want to see these two good old boys get a fucking saw that's two of these.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Florida lottery.
Hey, we've been promoting the lottery recently.
This could be us. No one won, I don't think, from the show.
150K. Look at him.
He's good. He has no problem.
He doesn't need the 9K.
Yeah, 150K. That feels good. Don't you have grandparents that won scratchers?
Yeah, I had a grandpa, but like my grandpa, man, it was he was a lucky guy, but you never knew how many he lost on. You know what I mean? But he won 77 grand once on a scratch off, and then he won 100 grand on another one.
That feels good.
So yeah, he hit.
Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, the Phillies security guard. Someone ran on the field during a Phillies game, got wrecked.
The players are reacting.
Oh, crushed them. And you do that in front of the whole stadium, too. Everyone's watching.
That's what you get.
That's what you get. That's good stuff.
You know, if we could go back in time and that fat black woman who was brandishing the handgun got some of that treatment, hard on the concrete,
feel better.
That would feel good. I'd feel good about life, you know?
Yeah, we need the Philly security to be our cops.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's it.
Crackhead guy?
That's going to be bonus land.
Okay.
We're going to have a lot of good stuff in bonus lands. It can be a Q&A clip combo. But that's the end of the episode. On Fridays, we like to shout out small businesses that are America First.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't paid promotions. These are just businesses that we like and want to promote. A lot of them are show watchers. This week's business for a shout out at the end of the show is Python Cowboy.
Wow.
Yeah, we love Python Cowboy. He's linked in the description. If you guys are in the South Florida area, especially if the East Coast, Miami, Palm Beach, that whole area, and you guys want to go do iguana hunts, Python Cowboy will take you. It's like the most fun excursion ever. We went a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was so good. You get an air gun, a boat, bunch of people. You get so many shots. I went deer hunting once with you and pig hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And you sit in the stand and you have to be quiet, and then the pig comes and you make a sound and it runs away.
Yeah.
When we went air gun shooting for iguanas,
it's a volume venture.
It was huge volume. We caught all these giant iguanas. You can get stuff. You can get food out of it. You can make it into a wallet or boots. Python Cowboy is the man. He's also a show watcher. So if you guys are in the South Florida area and want to have a really fun time and do a python hunt,
we should link our iguana video too.
Yeah, we will. It's actually in bonus land as a special.
Oh, it is?
It's a FleccasTalks.com special. But if you want to do a python hunt or an iguana hunt or a hog hunt with the dogs, it's so much fun. Highly recommend. We have some photos here from when we went. It's a great time. He's a great guy. He's a show watcher, friend of ours in real life.
Yep.
So Python Cowboy is this week's shout out. Make sure you guys follow him on Instagram. He has great content. And if you're in the South Florida area and you want to hunt pythons or iguanas or pigs or gators, he will take you. It's a great price too. He's a great guy. America First. Support him. Support us. Everyone's happy. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far on the show, make sure you join FleccasTalks.com for Bonus Land. New Bonus Land is out right now. We have a whole hour of fun stuff this week on FleccasTalks.com. And we will see you there. And then we will see you on Tuesday. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you at the next one.
I don't want to wait for Rob's life to be over. I want to eat right now. Ceviche.